All right, next game up, we got number 21 Missouri versus number 15 Alabama at 3:30. So number 15 Alabama is truly not something that I thought I'd be saying after they beat us in week 5, but here we are. They dropped to 15 after getting beat at Neyland Stadium on the road to the Tennessee Volunteers. Obviously, Missouri is coming off a close win against Auburn in Como, which definitely would have been much closer had Brady Cook not been out half the game with an injury. He came in. I can't remember what happened. I think it was somewhere in the abdomen. He ended up coming back in the second half. They were down to Auburn at one point, 17-3. They were able to come all the way back to pull out the struggle win. Both these teams seem to be a little fraudulent. Even I was only thinking with Alabama that the defense was fraudulent, but the last couple of weeks, Alabama's been showing me that their offense is also fraudulent. I mean, Missouri just lost by 30 to A&M 2 weeks ago, and since beating Georgia, Alabama has dropped 2 SEC losses, with one of them being to Vandy, who is obviously much better this year. We've established that, but still, it's Vandy. They struggled with Ball State this weekend. So instead of improving, it seems like they kind of peaked at Georgia. They played their best offensive game so far, and obviously, if you turn the ball over 3 times in your own territory, they're going to be able to take advantage of that. However, they played extremely well. They went up 30-7 at one point. We were able to come all the way back. And then obviously we gave up the impressive, awesome play from Milroe to Ryan Williams to give them the touchdown. We end up almost scoring again, but obviously we end up having an interception at the end of the game and we lose. But instead of improving, like I said, it seems like they peaked and they've just gotten worse and worse. Milroe has turned the ball over 6 times in their last 3 games, which is something that he's not prone to do a lot of. He doesn't throw a lot of interceptions, but he has over these last 6 games, and he even had a safety against South Carolina. So Bama, they get the luck of the draw this week, being at home. Like I said earlier, they have not lost at home since week 2 last year against Texas. Could this week be different? I mean, everybody thought South Carolina was going to get thwomped when they rode into town, but they actually ended up almost winning. So how does Missouri win this game? ESPN FPI, Bama 82%. The spread is Bama by 13.5. Joey's pick, he's picking Bama by a hair in a shootout. He's saying that there will be no defense in this game by either team. It's going to be a back-and-forth, blow-by-blow game. Isaac, you're picking first now, though. Who you got?
Let me just go on record to say that in week 0, if you'd have told me this would be a tough pick, I would have called you a liar. I also almost, like in my own little world, picked Auburn over Missouri, and I would almost have been right on Saturday because it took Missouri the last drive of the game to beat Auburn. Now, I'm not trying to knock Auburn, but that game was at Missouri, and it should have been, I don't know, man. It's just tough. I mean, Missouri is a flat team. Alabama has looked really rough. 13.5 points, though. I mean, I get it. I think that's probably Bama bias. I don't think Alabama's a 2-touchdown winner in this game. This one I think will be tough. Both teams have struggled so much, it's really hard to have a clear pick. I'm going to go with the Tide. I do think Alabama wins this game, but I think Missouri covers the spread. I don't know that it will be I don't know that it'll be by a hair, maybe like a touchdown, which I guess is still pretty close. But I think Missouri covers the spread. This one will probably be a non-defensive game. I think it'll be back and forth. But ultimately, I think Alabama does get this win because I don't think Missouri, even with Alabama with their flaws, I don't think Missouri is that great of a football team. Again, A&M thumped them just a couple of weeks ago. They struggled against Auburn at home. I got the Tide in this one, but I got Mizzou covered.
So I actually kind of disagree with you. You said that if you would have told me at the beginning of the season that Alabama and Missouri was going to be a hard game to pick, I still would have said, yeah, you're probably right, because I thought both of these teams were going to be really, really good coming into this game. But now it's the opposite. Both teams seem a little fraudulent. Alabama's offense not really able to get anything going the last couple weeks against some subpar teams. Tennessee's not subpar, but they have a really good defense. But still, the fact that they weren't able to score much in the first half nor the second half kind of says a lot. It still was a close game, but a lot of missed opportunities there on offense in that game. Missouri, too. I mean, Brady Cook, he's not that good. He did lead his team to victory over Auburn this past weekend at home. But now they have a tough game. They got to go on the road and play in Tuscaloosa, which once again is a really tough place to play. This one's tough. Looking at these quarterback comparisons, Jalen Milroe has gone for a lot more touchdowns, but he's a really mobile quarterback. Brady Cook, he's only thrown 7 touchdowns, but he has 1 interception this season. Jalen Milroe has 6 interceptions. So who's going to be more prone to turning the ball over here? Honestly, probably Bama, just because I think that Missouri might have the better defense than them. For this pick, this one actually is really tough. I'm going to pick Missouri here. I'm going to pick the upset. I think that Bama spread 13.5. I don't think that's too much. It definitely could go that way, but I think that this might be a statement game for Missouri. I think they have a really good opportunity here, and I think that they know it. I think that they're going to look to turn some things around. They just have a big loss against Texas A&M a couple weeks ago, struggle win against Missouri this week. The Brady Cook injury, that could turn some things around, but he was able to come back into the game and play. So we'll see how he does against Alabama this weekend. But I think that they're gonna be hungry for this win, because I think the two things that you're seeing here is Alabama's going to be upset because they lost this game, and now they have 2 losses on their schedule, and they have to fight their way just to make the playoffs now. So they basically have to go undefeated with still a pretty tough schedule remaining. But on the other hand, you have Missouri, who's still looking for that statement win, still looking for a huge win to put on their schedule. They've only lost 1 game as well. So I think that they're going to be looking for a really good win here, and I think they're going to be motivated. So that's why give me Missouri in a close one.